14 minutes ago, the world of K-pop froze. Two names echoed louder than ever across social media platforms, airports, and newsrooms: Jin and Jungkook. Both BTS members were reportedly seen arriving together in Japan, and within minutes, HYBE's internal communications were said to be in chaos. What caused this sudden panic? What was happening behind the scenes that no one was supposed to know about? It began with a grainy airport video that spread like wildfire through X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok. A figure wearing a simple white mask and a black coat stepped out of a private terminal at Haneda Airport. Seconds later, another figure appeared beside him, tall, unmistakable, his stance familiar even to those who had only seen him through screens. "That's Jungkook," one fan whispered in the clip. But then the second person turned his head slightly, revealing the gentle eyes and unmistakable profile that millions had missed for months. Jin. The crowd that had gathered outside the terminal screamed, the sound piercing the cold air of Tokyo's late evening. Yet behind that eruption of excitement, rumors began to swirl. Why were Jin and Jungkook suddenly in Japan together, unannounced, unpublicized, and without any official HYBE statement? Just a few moments after the sighting, insiders began whispering about a potential emergency meeting inside HYBE's headquarters in Seoul. Some speculated it had to do with a confidential project involving both members, while others feared it was related to an unexpected media leak. But the tone of the internal chatter suggested something more serious, something that caught even HYBE off guard. Could it be that Jin and Jungkook's unplanned appearance in Japan was never meant to be public? Or was it all part of a grander reveal that went wrong? The mystery deepened when eyewitnesses claimed that both Jin and Jungkook arrived not on a commercial flight, but via a private aircraft linked to an undisclosed company. Fans began to dig deeper, comparing flight paths, airport security records, and even the vehicles waiting at the private gate. What they found only added to the confusion: a fleet of black cars escorted by Japanese security units, a level of protocol usually reserved for diplomatic arrivals. Within hours, hashtags like #Jin and Jungkook in Japan, #HYBE Panic, and #Where is BTS Now trended worldwide. Some fans speculated that this could mark the start of a new global project, possibly the long-rumored collaboration between BTS members post-military era. Others, however, sensed tension. Why were HYBE executives caught unprepared? Why did their internal channels briefly go silent? According to those claiming insider knowledge, there was one more strange detail. Several major media outlets in Japan received sudden notices to delay reporting any arrival involving BTS members until further notice. That kind of directive rarely happens unless there's a security issue or confidential business matter involved. At the heart of this whirlwind stood Jin and Jungkook, two figures whose bond has always fascinated fans. Their relationship, marked by mutual respect and quiet understanding, had often been highlighted in BTS's earlier years. Yet, seeing them together now, fresh from separate paths, Jin from his recent global engagements and Jungkook after his individual projects, reignited emotions among armies around the world. Something big is happening, one Tokyo-based reporter wrote on social media. The last time we saw HYBE move this fast was before a major announcement. But this wasn't just about music. According to an anonymous industry insider, HYBE's panic might have been triggered by a timing leak, a high-stakes operation involving Jin and Jungkook that was supposed to remain under wraps until a specific date. The fact that their appearance in Japan became public prematurely could have disrupted an entire rollout plan that took months to prepare. Why Japan then? Why now? Fans quickly pointed out that Jin has long had special ties to Japan, from fan meetings to exclusive brand deals and emotional performances that touched thousands. Jungkook, on the other hand, had just been named the face of several global campaigns, some of which reportedly had production bases in Tokyo. Could this sudden trip indicate a joint project that unites their post-military and solo trajectories into something monumental? But the emotional undertone of their arrival told a different story. Observers noticed that both Jin and Jungkook appeared solemn, not smiling, not waving to cameras as they usually would during public appearances. Their eyes were downcast, their movements deliberate but quiet. Even fans in the crowd noted a kind of tension, as if both men carried the weight of something heavy and unspoken. Moments later, a black van pulled up and the two disappeared inside without a word. That silence only fueled more speculation. What was HYBE hiding? Was something wrong? Some armies recalled past patterns, how sudden overseas appearances often preceded emotional or historic announcements. I remember when Jin suddenly appeared in Argentina with Coldplay, one fan commented online. It looked spontaneous, but later we learned it was connected to something huge. Could this be another moment like that? A silence before an emotional explosion? Back in Seoul, journalists began contacting HYBE representatives, but the responses were inconsistent. One department denied knowledge, another asked for understanding, while a third refused to comment altogether. For a company known for its tight control over BTS's public image, this kind of misalignment was rare, and telling as the news spread globally, media outlets scrambled to verify details. Flights, timestamps, and footage were analyzed second by second. Meanwhile, HYBE's official website briefly went offline, an event some attributed to high traffic, but others believed was part of an internal digital lockdown. Could this blackout be connected to whatever Jin and Jungkook were doing in Japan? The emotion surrounding the story grew even deeper when a Tokyo hotel employee leaked that 2 luxury suites were booked under unregistered private guests, with Korean security personnel present. The timing matched Jin and Jungkook's arrival perfectly. But still, no official confirmation. No photos. No messages. Why is HYBE staying silent? Fans asked in comments that flooded social platforms. If this was planned, why not announce it? And if it wasn't, what went wrong? That silence became deafening. And within it, the tension grew unbearable. Some sources hinted that the panic within HYBE wasn't about the artist's safety, but about timing. That Jin and Jungkook's sudden exposure in Japan might spoil a high-profile event or collaboration that was meant to be unveiled later this month. If that's true, then every image, every leaked video, could potentially alter the trajectory of a multi-million-dollar campaign. But beyond the corporate drama, the emotional core of this event lies in the sight of Jin and Jungkook standing together again. 4 armies. This was a reunion that transcended business speculation. It was about connection, about seeing 2 brothers, once separated by military service and individual careers, now sharing the same space again. What if this trip wasn't about work at all? Another fan wrote. What if it was personal? Maybe they just needed to be there for someone or something? Indeed, one unverified rumor suggested that the trip may have been triggered by an urgent matter involving a close acquaintance or a family friend. If true, that would explain HYBE's frantic reaction. The rush, the lack of coordination, the visible stress. Yet another theory emerged, that Jin and Jungkook's appearance in Japan could be connected to a major recording session. Japanese studios have often been used for secret BTS subunit recordings in the past, especially when confidentiality was